My precious child, have you ever found yourself wondering if there is anyone who loves you simply for who you are, rather than for what you can accomplish or provide? Take a moment to let that question settle in your heart. In a world that emphasizes performance, productivity, and status, it can feel almost impossible to believe that you could be cherished simply because you exist. Yet that is exactly how I see you. I love you for who you are, not for what you do. My love for you is not based on your talents, successes, or personal achievements. It is rooted in my very nature, which is unchanging and steadfast. I see you in your quiet moments and in your bustling days, in your strengths and in your frailties, and I cherish you wholeheartedly. Nothing you do can diminish this love, and nothing you fail to do can cause it to disappear. I know that there are countless voices vying for your attention every single day. Some voices come from external sources like friends, family members, employers, or social media. Other voices originate inside your mind. Fears, insecurities, criticisms you've internalized from childhood. These voices can grow especially loud in silence when you have a moment to sit down and reflect. You might hear questions echoing in your thoughts. Are you good enough? Have you achieved enough? What do people think of you? Or how do you compare to everyone else? Each of these messages can pull you in a different direction, splitting your focus and causing your life to feel like a race with no finish line. I want you to know that I never intended for you to live in a constant state of anxiety, trying to please all these voices at once. I want you to walk with me in peace. My desire is for you to have a calm, united sense of purpose that arises from my spirit within you. In order to recognize this peace, you have to learn to distinguish my voice from all the others. My voice will align with truth, love, wisdom, and grace. My voice brings a sense of hope, even in the midst of challenges, and it encourages you to draw closer to me. On the other hand, voices that sow doubt, fear, shame, or endless striving are not mine. They may promise quick solutions or instant validation, but ultimately, they lead you down a path of fragmentation and frustration. When you sense too many demands swirling in your mind, it's crucial to pause and ask my spirit for discernment. Give yourself the freedom to be still and invite me to show you which promptings are from me. Sometimes the world will say you need to work harder, prove yourself more, or hustle until you're completely drained. You might also feel you need everyone else's approval to be worthy of love. But I say to you, come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. My rest is not laziness, and it doesn't mean you will cease to have responsibilities or passions. It is a posture of the heart where you surrender the need to be validated by the shifting standards of people around you. It is a peaceful confidence that blossoms when you know you are deeply loved by me, regardless of what you accomplish. I am your shepherd. I want you to imagine a gentle shepherd calling out to his flock, and the sheep recognizing that voice as safe, loving, and trustworthy. This is how I speak to you. When you listen for my directives and follow my lead, you align your life with my plans, and you do so in partnership with my love. You don't have to fear going astray when you keep your ears tuned to my call. Yes, sometimes you will stumble or take detours. You're human after all, but I am there, guiding you back to safe pastures. The more time you spend in my presence, the more you'll naturally distinguish my gentle whisper from all the static in the world. It may seem unconventional, but I also want you to enjoy my companionship. Many times people think of me only in terms of spiritual duties or moral obligations. But remember, I designed you for relationship. When you spend time with someone you care about, a friend, a loved one, there's delight, conversation, shared experiences, and sometimes comfortable silence. That's a taste of what I long for you to have with me. I want you to be able to sit in silence, not to be assaulted by a million demands or criticisms, but to rest in the knowledge that I am present, that I delight in you, and that your heart can safely open before me. If ever you notice your heart tying itself in knots, anxious about conflicting expectations or demands from others, I encourage you to resist the trap of trying to please all of them. You will never find true rest in chasing human approval. Instead, choose to walk closely with me in each moment. Hear my voice above all else, letting my words be the compass by which you navigate your day. My voice calms your fears, reminds you of your worth, and points you toward the deeper meaning behind each task you undertake. When you learn to rest in my steadfast affection, you become free from the endless race to prove yourself. This freedom is a precious gift that transforms your life from the inside out. Not only do I love you for who you are, but my love actively pursues you every day of your life. It's not a passive emotion. It's not something I extend and then withdraw if you falter. My love for you is a passionate, relentless force that chases you no matter where you go or what you experience. Sometimes you might have a hard time seeing this love in action, especially if you're going through a season of hardship or sorrow. That's why I encourage you to look for signs of my tender presence throughout your day. You might find my comfort in a passage of Scripture that seems written just for you at that moment. Perhaps it's in the kind words of a friend who calls unexpectedly, or in the serene beauty of a sunset that quiets your racing thoughts. Sometimes you'll notice little coincidences that bring relief or guidance right when you need them. You might wonder if you're imagining these moments or if they really come from me. I assure you, I orchestrate so many details in your life, using the people around you, circumstances, and even nature itself to display my love. Consider all the times you felt prompted to reach out to someone, only to discover that person desperately needed a listening ear at that exact moment. That is a small example of how I weave lives together to create divine appointments. When your eyes open to these everyday miracles, your heart fills with gratitude, and you start recognizing my footprints everywhere. I want you not just to notice these blessings, but to treasure them. When something warms your heart, calms your spirit, or makes you feel deeply cared for, pause and let yourself fully experience that moment. Too often you rush to the next thing on your list, scarcely letting your soul breathe in the grace you've just received. Instead, I encourage you to linger. Ponder what has happened. Thank me for showing up in such a personal way. If you have the means to jot down these instances, maybe in a journal, a note on your phone, or even a voice memo, do so. Over time, you'll accumulate a record of my faithfulness and generosity, a testimony that reminds you I am truly loved and guided. This practice of recounting my blessings is not only about positive thinking, it strengthens you for the trials that lie ahead. Life on earth is unpredictable. Challenges can arise without warning. A sudden loss, an unplanned detour, a painful disappointment. In moments of confusion or heartbreak, the memory of my past interventions acts like an anchor for your soul. You'll recall specific times when I provided, rescued, guided, or encouraged you. And that memory will renew your hope that I will come through again. I never change in my love for you. My resources never diminish, and my power never wanes. What I have done before, I am fully capable of doing again. Never forget that my love is stronger than any force in creation. Nothing can separate you from it. You might face circumstances that feel overwhelming, or you might wrestle with doubts that question your worthiness. Still, I hold you in an embrace that cannot be undone. My love does not hinge on how perfectly you live out your faith, or how consistently you remember to pray. I am aware that you have a limited attention span, that your heart can wander, and that your mind is easily distracted. Yet even in your wanderings, I continue to pursue you. My love remains, always inviting you back to closeness. Some days you may feel that my love is as near and comforting as a warm blanket on a chilly night. Other days you might struggle to sense it at all, maybe because of emotional struggles or external pressures. But whether you feel it or not, the reality remains. I love you, I see you, and I surround you with my presence. Even when you're exhausted and can't articulate a coherent prayer, my spirit intercedes for you, translating the groans of your heart into heavenly language. I know your needs, and I delight in caring for you in ways you can't even fathom. When you learn to rest in the knowledge that you are loved simply for being you, an incredible transformation begins to unfold in your life. You discover that you no longer need to hustle for approval or worry that if you falter, you'll lose your worth. You can live authentically, acknowledging your limitations while also celebrating your strengths. You don't have to pretend to be someone you're not, nor do you have to hide your wounds or scars. In my view, even your imperfections are part of the beauty I see in you. I am the potter, and you are the clay. Every mark on you is something I can shape into something wonderful, a reflection of my redeeming power. From this place of being loved, you become more confident in loving others. You are not pouring from an empty cup. You are drawing from my infinite reservoir of grace. When someone hurts you, you can forgive because you've known the depth of my forgiveness. When someone needs help, you can offer it without an agenda because you have received unconditional kindness from me. When you find yourself in conflict, you can seek peace because my spirit of peace resides within you. And when you look at others who seem lost or broken, you can remember that I am chasing them with the same relentless love I show you. In all this, I want to emphasize once more. There are many voices, but there is only one voice that brings life, hope, and lasting peace, mine. All other voices might clamor for immediate gratification, might feed your insecurities, or might push you to achieve just a little more before you can feel worthy. But listen to me instead. In the midst of your daily busyness, carve out small moments to sit quietly in my presence. You don't need complicated rituals or rehearsed speeches. Just be still and let me speak to your heart. Sometimes you'll sense clear direction. Other times, you may just sense a deep peace. In both cases, know that I am there, guiding you step by step, breath by breath. Practice letting go of your need to control how every situation turns out. The more you trust in my love, the less you'll be tormented by fears of failure. Remember, your value doesn't rise or fall based on performance reviews, social media likes, or even personal achievements. I cherish you for who you are. Yes, I might call you to step out of your comfort zone, to serve in a new way, or to stretch your faith. But that calling never threatens your identity as my beloved child. It's simply my invitation to grow, to learn, and to become even more of who I created you to be. There will be times when you feel dryness in your spiritual journey. Perhaps you'll struggle to pray or to believe that I am listening. During those seasons, cling to the truth that my love remains constant. Even when your heart feels cold, my love burns strong and unchanging. Remember the blessings you've recorded, the moments that made my nearness undeniable. Let those memories rekindle your hope. Speak honestly with me about your frustrations or doubts. I can handle your questions, your pain, and your anger. My shoulders are broad enough to bear your burdens, and my arms are wide enough to welcome you back no matter how far you think you've strayed. When you're unsure about a decision, bring it before me. You might be uncertain about a career move, a relationship step, or a financial choice. Lay it out in my presence. Ask for wisdom, and then wait with an open heart. Over time, you'll notice opportunities opening that align with my character, or you'll feel a gentle caution that urges you to reconsider. Learning to discern my will may not be instantaneous, but as you keep walking with me, the process becomes clearer. You'll see how I weave circumstances, impressions, and wise counsel together to illuminate the next step. And when you take that step in faith, even if it feels risky, you'll find that I'm already there, preparing the ground for you, Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Fear often paralyzes you from moving forward. Trust that I am more than capable of redirecting you if you wander off course. Even your detours can become part of a tapestry of growth and testimony if you surrender them to me. Mistakes can teach humility, patience, and compassion for others who are also struggling. I never waste your pain or your missteps when you place them in my hands. Instead, I transform them, turning them into testimonies of my grace that can encourage others walking a similar path. As you move through each day, recall that my love chases after you continually. This chasing love is an active, pursuing, determined force that wants to envelop you in my mercy and kindness. When you open the eyes of your heart, you'll begin to see that you are not adrift in a chaotic universe. You are held, guided, and deeply valued by me. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for my love to shine brighter in your life. Every joy you experience is a reminder that I am the source of all good things. My love is expansive, spanning galaxies you've never even seen. Yet it is also intimate enough to quiet your smallest fears. Sometimes you might wrestle with shame, memories of past errors or hurts you caused. But my love runs after you even there, pulling you out of the darkness of regret and into the light of forgiveness. Let go of the guilt that chains you. Let my love remind you that you have a fresh start every morning. My mercies are new every sunrise, and no matter how distant you feel, you're only a single heartfelt prayer away from reconnecting with me. That is the beauty of my grace. It never runs out and never fails to welcome you back. As you learn to dwell in this reality, that you are loved for who you are, that my voice is the one that truly matters, and that my love actively pursues you, your life becomes a testimony of hope to those around you. People hunger to be known and loved in this same way. By living confidently in my unconditional affection, you show them the path to wholeness. You won't have to preach at them incessantly. Your life itself will bear witness to a peace, joy, and kindness that cannot be explained by worldly logic. It comes from my presence within you, from the ongoing embrace of my unceasing love. Take heart, my beloved one. Let each day be an exploration of my faithfulness. Look around you for signs that I am near, whether in a soft breeze that cools you on a hot day, in the heartfelt words of a friend, or in a sudden sense of calm during a stressful moment. These are glimpses of my hand at work in your life. Note them, treasure them, and let them encourage you when storms roll in. My voice will remind you that no storm is too fierce for me, and my love will be your refuge in every tempest. Reflect on the truth that nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. Not your errors, not your past, not your worries about the future, not even the voices that criticize or condemn. I see you fully and completely, and I choose to love you. I have always chosen you. My heart aches for you to embrace this love fully, to let it heal old wounds and reshape your self-image. Release your burdens, let go of the frantic search for approval, and rest in the arms that have been waiting for you all along. As you continue on this journey, remember that I am always here to guide you, to comfort you, and to celebrate your growth. You don't have to face tomorrow alone. All I ask is that you keep your heart open to my presence and your ears tuned to my voice. When you feel lost, whisper a prayer. Help me, Lord, to hear you clearly. When you feel weary, breathe out your frustrations. Carry me, Father, I'm tired. And when you feel grateful, remember to say, thank you, Jesus, for never giving up on me. These simple prayers will draw your attention back to the reality that I am actively at work in your life. If you have found hope and comfort in these words, if you sense a stirring in your heart that urges you to go deeper in this love, then I invite you to stay connected. Subscribe to this channel so that we can continue walking together exploring how my voice speaks into every corner of your life, and celebrating the truth that I love you exactly for who you are, no matter what. I stand with you now and always, filling your moments with my tender, unrelenting love. Let us journey forward, hand in hand, where the voices of fear and anxiety fade, and my gentle, life-giving voice remains. Amen.